And good evening. We're coming back to you for the final game of the evening here at the Neptune Tip-Off Classic, as we have the home team, the Catholic Crusaders, going at it against Highland. And oh man, it's going to be a great one. Tyler Rowland here along with Miles Massacola. And Miles, what can you say?
Tell you what, we got one of the best players in America, if not the best, about to get suited, booted here for Highland. Nate Ament, as skilled and as versatile as we have a player in the country, as the lights are cut off here, as Catholic has this gym absolutely packed out. But when it comes to Ament, incredibly skilled, versatile, can shoot it from all over the court, has a deep bag of tricks, and plays the right way. We just saw it with Jordan Page. The best of the best have that skill, but they don't force the issue. Nate's going to play the right way. He's got a really talented supporting cast, many of which are back with him after a great year last year at Highland. And when you look at Catholic, all in the lights playing, they got the flashlights on, the starting lineups are being announced, and Ashton Walker is the guy to look at. Radford signee, a very, very smooth guard, can play in a lot of different spots on the floor, can touch the paint, weaves through traffic with that spin move as you see on the screen right there. He is a big-time player and a golden opportunity in front of one of the nation's best in his home gym to start their season off.
Yes, and Miles, this definitely could be you never know what could come out of something like this. I mean, Catholic, has to be the underdog, just given, Highland just returning a ton of talent from last year's state runner-up team. But, this is a place that's fired up. The atmosphere, the juice is going to be flowing early in this one. So, this place is going to be geared up.
Absolutely. Another name to watch, and this is going to be Nate Ament's matchup. The big fella in the middle for Catholic is Tez Harris. He is a big bruiser. Nate is not a super physically built-up kid. Nate's going to try to exploit that matchup on the outside. Harris is going to try to bully him on the inside. So this is an interesting matchup. Tez has Division I offers. Very, very high-level player. Actually played this summer on the Puma circuit with the Ellis brothers in TLBA, a name that people around the Hoop State know. And the student section's rocking. Tip-off about to be underway. This should be a dandy. Tyler, take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Miles. Yeah, chance of I believe that we will win breaking out, as that's going to be Ament and Harris breaking at it. And, of course, Tez has a type of body, like you said. He has a build of like a football linebacker. That's like the knuckle touch there as they're getting ready.
They were teammates with Team Loaded in 16U 2 summers ago, So
that's awesome as that tip goes back, and it's going to be Catholic basketball to start out. Or no, it's going to be Highland basketball.
I was about to say, that's what it looked like. Another name on the Highland side, Julian Rivera. Simmons called him Rambo because of just the fact that he's so tough and willing to put his body on the line. Big-time point guard. He's going to get the ball to Ament at a high level.
Yes, Rivera, who I saw hit a game winner in overtime in the DMV this summer against One of One Academy as a foul called. And that's going to go against number 0, Kelvin Anderson, the freshman. That's going to be his first and the team's first. So Highland basketball here. And you expect, they typically like to hit Nate Ament from the corner for the 3 early. So that has happened a lot. I'm curious to see if that's what they go to here, Miles.
Well, it's going to really be matchup dependent, and if they're going to throw junk at Ament, which I'd imagine they do if you see Harris and shading over right now, they're going to give him a lot of attention. So it's going to be on the other players of Highland to step up and make big plays until Ament gets going.
As it's thrown over, they go to Ament. He's going to drive. He's double teamed in a jump ball force. And it's going to be Catholic basketball. As it's going to be inbounded by Anderson. The freshman throws it into Ashton Walker as he gets picked up by Rivera.
The double was sent on the first Ament dribble. We'll see if that continues. And what a take ball!
Walker with a nice, smooth drive as now Ament has it. And he throws it over to number 1, Hamilton. Back to Rivera. His triple is good.
He can really, really shoot it. He can get to the paint. He is an all-around, full scholarship level, I might add, backcourt piece for Highland.
Yes, he is a special ball player. and I think one that has, like you said, a great deal of potential as it's thrown up and missed. Rebound goes to Nate Ament.
Bit of a force there by Walker.
Ament attacking as he gets fouled. And that's going to go against Ashton Walker. That's going to be his first, the team's second.
Now you got to go right back at him.
Yeah, you definitely want to try to force them out of their game a little bit.
They're going with Walker on Ament. Obviously, they're shading help over on that first dribble. Interested to see if Nate catches, turns and faces, and just raises up.
They're going to get right to him, high post, back out. Rivera, his second three is up and off, and it's going to stay over the backboard. That's going to go back to Catholic. Gosh, crowd standing everywhere. Not a place to breathe in here.
This place is jammed full, and it's what the Hoop State Network does. If you want your event sold out, you call the Hoop State Network.
Yes, that's nicely said as it's turned over and a foul called against Rivera. That's going to be his first of the team's first. As for Catholic, that's going to be checking in number 10, Jonathan Lee, the 6'3 sophomore. Now it will go Bullock for a breather, as now it's going to be inbounded. They go to Walker in the corner. He's going to drive, and an offensive foul. Oh.
That is a heady play by Rivera, and a risky one, knowing he had one himself, and the risk pays off for Highland. And now Walker's got two, and a lot of the offensive firepower for Catholic is now sitting on the bench.
This is going to be a big test for Catholic coming up, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle the situation as Rivera gets picked up by Williams. He's going to throw it cross court, three ball up and off, tipped up and off, rebound by Williams. As Catholic pushes tempo, deflected out of bounds by Rivera. We were talking about deflections.
He's a pest, man. He is such a pest. Yeah. And the other thing, too, for Highland, they just got such a great look in the corner right there for Gorham because of the attention that Ament commands.
And that one's off at Ament. He's going to push tempo. Great pass down court. The three is good by Chance Perkins.
And you look at Nate Ament pushing the break at 6'10", making the right decision, and Perkins connects on a long ball.
What a special pickup he's going to be at the next level, as that's going to be Anderson, the freshman, over to Millette, and back over. And with it, he's going to give it back to Williams and over to Anderson. Screen coming as they're pushing him back a little bit. As Catholic looking a little unsure what to do. As Harris takes the three and misses. Rivera rebounds.
He's got that ability. I just don't want him to settle because of his ability to bruise. They don't really have a matchup for him down low.
And Perkins with the jumper. He has 5.
We've seen Perkins heat up in our events before. Not scared to do it again. Looking comfortable and confident early.
Yeah, Perkins a little bit, and probably because Nate Ament commands, rightfully so much attention, and it's taken away by Rivera. A three ball up and off, and that's going to go out back to Catholic.
And Coach Logan Miller, I believe it's a Celsius that he's drinking. He's known to do that. He is a big-time young coach in this space. Obviously a tall task coaching a guy like Nate Ament, but he is comfortable, and his teams always come to play with a high level of intensity.
Yes, they have such, they take to him so well.
It's hard not to if you get a chance to talk to him. He's a good dude. He obviously cares about his kids, and he knows the game. And that's really the package you ask for as a young head coach.
Yes, and it's amazing the amount of trust he puts in his players out there. As Anderson, his jumper off.
That looked off balance from the get.
Yes, Gorham, he's going down court. Perkins. And that's a long two, miss. Rebound tipped out, and it's going to go back to Catholic.
Highland is clearly trying to push the pace and shoot a lot of threes early.
Williams in the corner. He's going to take it, and I think that's a long two. Missed, rebound down to Rivera, and he goes to the corner. Three ball is off. Rebound to Harris.
Highland's getting good looks. I know they haven't really connected on the threes quite yet. I think they're 2 for 7. But they look fine. They look fine. They just got to keep playing their game. They're generating really good looks, and defensively they look pretty comfortable as well.
And that's going to be an offensive foul. That's going to go against Lee. That's going to be his first and the team's third. As now that's going to be checking in for Highland. That's going to be number 21, Shivas Taylor.
Can shoot it. Will play more than he did last year. Played here and there last year, but a guy that Coach Miller trusts to come in and make open shots when they come his way.
As he had a good game in the John Wall last year. I remember seeing him there as Ament with it as it's deflected. And Ament robs it cross court to Taylor, to Perkins. And now he'll take it inside, kick it to Rivera. His three is in and out and tipped up and into the hands of Anderson. He's going to run and give it back over.
Got
Anderson.
away with a travel.
And they're going to call a kicked ball. Again, Rivera just getting in there, just forcing a stop.
He's the Patrick Beverly of VA High School. Yeah. He is a pest. He is a nightmare to play against.
As number 5, Carter Bullitt, comes back in for Catholic as it's inbounded. Anderson.
There's a guy that used to play in North Carolina that they used to describe as a piece of blank to play against. Rivera fits that bill. He's not a guy you enjoy playing against.
As the jumper's off, and it's rebounded by Josh Hamilton. Perkins over to Ament. He's going into crossover. He's double teamed. It's deflected and taken out. 3 ball up. And it's off. Rebound to Rivera.
I was going to say, that is the ultimate buzzkill. Taking the ball away from the 5-star on a greatly timed double team. Air B's.
Yes. Turnovers right now. Catholic with 3, Highland with 2.
Backdoor. Oh, they missed him.
And the 3 ball is off. Rebound goes to Catholic. That's Gorham. That's Anderson. As it's thrown down and thrown to Williams. It's deflected and bodies everywhere. Taylor and Harris going at it for the jump ball. Possession arrow favors Highland.
I believe it should. Did we already have a jump ball? I guess we did.
Looks like they turn it back over.
But regardless, I think something Highland has to do now with Ament is they have to move him off the ball and try to generate him quick hits. Mm-hmm. You can't expect him to break guys down off the dribble that are 7 inches shorter than him from 15, 25 feet out. You have to post him, get him near the basket, run him off a cut, and try to use his gravity to open stuff up for other guys, which they're doing. But the looks that we've seen Ament get touches on have not been conducive to his success early.
Yes, Ament now has it, and again up top, he's being pestered hard, and he gets fouled.
And that was a foul. Mm-hmm. And that was a foul. And I think they're telling Nate, you can settle down. We're going to find a way to get you your touches. And he hasn't really forced anything yet. He's just trying to create, and the defensive attention is overwhelming that Catholic is throwing his way.
Yeah, they pretty much said, if you might beat us, but if you beat us, it's not going to be Nate Ament that beats us.
But they're already in the bonus, and Nate Ament has 2 free throws here to try to add to the level of comfort, as he ingratiates himself into this basketball game.
As he's going to get one more coming up. Highland, who has back-to-back state championship appearances, a 42-40 win 2 seasons ago, and last season would play again meeting Miller, but the second time would lose handily, and no doubt about it, looking to make another big run at it as Ament goes 2 for 2 from the line, and it's a 10-0 Highland run. Now here's where we approach late in the first quarter.
Catholic needs a basket.
You can tell they look a little bit lost without Walker out there.
They do, and we thought the same thing would happen with Page and Broughton last game, but they were able to adjust and adapt, and we have not seen that from Catholic yet. We'll see if it happens.
As it's handled by Anderson. He's going to attack, slash, and miss it. Rebound by Ament. Ament's going to go coast to coast, and he'll get fouled.
I don't know why Catholic is so upset with these foul calls. They're grabbing his arm as he's going for a basket. That's a foul. It's a good foul. Mm-hmm. I'm fouling Nate Ament in that same situation, probably the same way. It wasn't dirty. It was just a basketball play. And you got his arm and he's shooting too, but
Yeah, just trying to prevent that easy shot.
Yeah, make them earn it. Make them know that, if you're going to come to the paint, you're going to get hit, and that's fine. That's part of the game, but I don't understand the gripe they're having with the officials on the last couple calls.
As Amit's going to get one more now. And his second shot is good. And it's a 12-0, 30-second timeout, a 12-0 Highland run right now, Miles.
Yeah, they have been in control, and Nate Amet's only got 4, all coming at the line, but the thing that Highland is doing is, and this is part of bringing back so many pieces from last year's team, they look comfortable, man. They know each other. They're comfortable with one another. They know where they're going to be, and they haven't even made shots at a super elite clip yet. They're generating great looks nearly every time down. They've had a couple turnovers where Amet forced the issue a little bit, which is atypical or not typical of him. And now we'll see how both these teams respond after the timeout. If I'm Catholic, I'm putting Ashton Walker back into this game, and I think we're seeing that happen. At least he's talking on the bench. Yeah,
he's back.
Is he back?
He's going back.
Well, they do have 5 guys out there, so yeah, they're keeping him on the bench. I probably would have put him back in.
Whistles blow. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, he looks like he's bagging Coach Steinberg.
We just had a water spill, no Jason Kidd. I think that was a legitimate accident. No reason for him to buy time. Up 12-2 with 1:40 left in the first quarter. A little accidental spillage, credit to Coach Miller. Actually, he was going to clean it up, but looks like somebody else is going to do the honor.
Yeah, put some extra overtime in. Of course, Catholic also a great coach to highlight. Bobby Steinberg, experienced coach, actually coached with my good friend Chris Pullum at Bellarmine in the early 2000s.
Bellarmine?
Who, broadcast with me back in my hometown of Ashland, Kentucky.
Nice.
So, yeah, neat connection there. And Steinberg, who, of course, 2 seasons ago won 30 in a row at Catholic. And last year, after a slow start, they still finished, I believe, 24-8 with a deep run. So
before this event, we had them at our Outer Banks event a lot. Good Guys versus Cancer. Be there December 4th through 7th at First Flight High School. But they always come to play, and they never schedule weak opponents. And they're always really, really good.
Yeah, as they're getting it mopped up. And some over there but what a crowd this is. My gosh, just looking around. I mean, that's the thing. You get a foul under the bucket, you're probably going to be crashing into the crowd.
I was going to say, if Catholic in the second half makes a big play with all those people down there, it could be a madhouse in here.
Yes. Anderson now with the basketball. And Walker will stay out of the game. It's going to be Williams over to Bullock. And Anderson back up to Harris. Over to, that's taken inside. They go, deflected by Rivera. 3-ball up and off.
This is a pack line defense look from Highland, and Catholic does not know what to do at all. And the Highland bench is letting them know, by the way, that they don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's now screen coming as they get it out. 3-ball by Taylor. He got it.
That is what he's out there to do. Like I said, played a little bit, really a reserve type guy, but is going to step up and play a lot more minutes for this team this year as a key shooter off the bench.
And Ament nearly blocked that one. A 15-0 run for Highland right now. As Ament, he's going to have it. And he will kick it out to the corner, and he's called for traveling.
Nate's got to do a little bit less. He's got to go straight line or stop and get rid of it. He's so talented, commands so much attention that he doesn't need to do 6 or 7 moves to break everybody down. He's got that in his bag, and it's a great asset, but he doesn't need to rely on it every single time down. He'll settle in. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, Nate Ament, and I think right now, just give it rising to number 3. You look at the atmosphere. I mean, he'll settle in, and I think, of course, has great teammates. That'll put him in good position.
That got blocked. That got partially blocked.
As it's thrown down, Taylor thought about it and instead gives it up to Perkins.
Good decision. Yeah. Reset for 1. His feet weren't set. If they were, I would have let it fly. That's a good decision. Here's a mismatch. They sent 2 right away.
For him to Ament. He's going to post up, and fouled by, and that's going to go against number 5, Bullock. I believe that's going to be his second.
And Nate was going to go to a 2 or 3 dribble turnaround over the opposite shoulder there on that left, kind of that left mid post area, but it didn't even get the chance. He's too physically imposing. They drew a foul. He's going to get a chance for 2 more right here.
As Nate Ament at the line, 2 coming up. He'll switch the first. Ament now 5 for 5 on that end. And 1 more coming up. As it rolls off. And 10 seconds to go. Catholic looking to us. Walker's back in now.
Yep.
And screen coming for him. Walker attacks, steps back, and kicks it out. Harris for the triple. And that one goes off. And Highland, after trailing 2-0, concludes the first quarter on a 16-0 run as they lead 16-2. We're going to take a break and come back. You're watching the Neptune Tip-Off Classic here on the Hoop State Network. And we're back. We're getting ready to start the second quarter. Tyler Rowland here along with Miles Massacola. And Miles, what a run for Highland. That's all we can say.
It's been weird, and now they're giving Nate Ament a break, up 14 early in the quarter, and Nate Ament has gotten all 5 of his points at the line so far.
As that one's off, Perkins with the ball, he's going to go on the run, gives it over to Gorham. He attacks, kicks it out. Taylor, his 3, little bit forced off. Rebound to Bullock. And he's going to push tempo. Walker, he's going to try to, he's cut off. Good defense. And he hits it.
That's what they need. They need a guy that can get a shot for himself against a set defense. Walker took himself out of the game with the fouls, now back in. We'll see what they could do.
Walker has all 4 of Catholic's points as that's missed. Harris gets it. This is where I try to take big advantage if I'm Catholic with Nate Ament out of the game as they get it out. Walker again with the basketball. He's going to drive, fake, go in, take the shot, miss it, tip it, miss it, and into the hands of Harris. He goes up and misses, but draws the foul.
Good start to the quarter for Catholic, a much-needed response as Harris is going to take a couple. And now Rivera and Ament are coming back in. If I'm Logan Miller and the game is within 25, I am making sure that one of those guys is always on the court unless there's an issue with fouls.
Yes, especially you consider it's a hostile atmosphere. A tough one, for Highland to come into, and definitely one that you want to make sure that you're comfortably ahead in, as he'll miss the first. This is the first trip to the free throw line for Catholic in this ball game, and sure enough, there's Perkins, there's Rivera and Ament immediately back in. Hamilton on the line as well. Harris is going to get one more. And the 6'8 senior puts it up and swishes it. And that's where I think they need to find a way to get him the ball more, like in position where he can utilize his strength. He's been taking a lot of outside shots so far. As Rivera lobs it over to Mint, as it's a zone look from Catholic. They go over to Gorham, and it's kicked out for 3. Perkins misses.
What a rebound.
Oh, Josh Hamilton skies up, and Jeremiah Gorham with the three.
And that's a deflating play. You think you get a stop. Hamilton comes out of nowhere to get the rebound, and they get a three on the kick out of it. That's a big stretch for Highland.
4 threes, 4 different players. Nate Ament without a field goal so far. And what a wild game as it's thrown inside and back out. Harris to Walker. His three is good. Walker with all 7 of the 8 points for Catholic.
If I'm Highland, I'm doing whatever I can to get number 3 on Walker.
Yeah, that would be used. Walker gets the rebound. He's going to go the other way, and it's deflected out by Hamilton. Hamilton making some great plays. 3 ball by Bullock is good.
There we go. Catholic
It's getting interesting.
Catholic has woken up.
9-3 run right now by Catholic as Rivera has it. Crowd getting in it. Gorham to Mint from the corner. His three. That's his sweet spot. And make it 5 threes by 5 different players. And
he got the snarl on his lip. He's just shaking his head like, bro, y'all really left me that open? Are you serious? Are you serious?
He loves those corners as Bullock, his three is off, but he gets his own rebound. And a foul called.
The foul on Jeremiah Gorham is first.
That's going to go against Jeremiah Gorham, his first, the team's second.
I think what the supporting cast of Highland did in the first half is show that you cannot overload on Nate Ament or we will make you pay. And that's exactly what we've seen so far. Nate Ament has 1 field goal and Highland's up double figures less than halfway through the second quarter.
This is Walker now guarded by Rivera. It's thrown over to the quarter. Anderson drives inside. He kicks it back out. And they go to Harris. It's deflected and a foul called on Ament.
And they got a little ambitious there. Ref blew the whistle quick. And then they'll get it underneath.
Yeah, 3 fouls now on Highland. Could get interesting. This comes down to free throws here in the second quarter. As Walker has it, he throws to the corner. Anderson drives inside, feeds it out, and back up to Walker. He's going to take it in. It's stripped out. Walker able to hang on. 3 ball from the corner is good.
That's what happens when you gamble defensively. Rivera is known for doing that. He made the right play. It was just a mad scramble, and it led to a kick-out 3. Highland's still doing well.
Taylor from the corner. Off, rebound by number 10, Jonathan Lee. As it's an 8-point game right now, the biggest lead for Highland has been 14. As Anderson gives it over to Bullock and over to Lee. A little weave as Anderson drives inside, goes up, and it's knocked out of there by
my goodness. He met that one at the peak.
Perkins inside, out to Taylor, passes to Gorham.
Good decision to reset things.
Rivera to Ament. He will attack and take the jumper. He's starting to feel it as Ament now into double digits.
Nate has seen how Catholic sends the double. He's avoiding the angle and he's getting to his spot. That is high-level bump from Nate Ament.
Perkins now throws it over as they go inside. Harris posts up Ament.
He's got to go right at him. That's the settle.
Yeah, I think he's got to use his strength there. Now Perkins with the 3. It's off. Ament underneath, goes up, misses, but gets the foul.
Looks like he took a shot up high. Hopefully he's okay. I'm sure he is.
And that's going to go against Anderson, his second. So Anderson, Walker, and looks like Bullock, all with 2 fouls for Catholic right now.
Yep.
So Mint will go to the free throw line for 2 more. He's 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Got the student section yelling some stuff at him. Probably nothing he's never seen or heard before. Every student section should be yelling at Nate Ament. You got to do whatever you can to get a kid like that off his game, and he's just getting better and better as this one's going along, which is typically how he does.
And Nate Ament up to 11 right now with 3 of 2 and 6 free throws.
He's gotten to the line a lot. and he's been efficient from the line. I believe that's 7 of 8. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
You are 100% right, Miles, as Highland now builds it back to 12. Their biggest lead's been 14. Walker on the outside, screen set, and they switch. Gorham guarding him. As Walker feeds it over for the 3, and it rattles in and out. Rebound to Mint. As Rivera has it, and he'll bring it back. He'll throw it over to Mint at the top. Mint doubled and feeds it, turns it over. 4th team turnover as they go down court and put up, and that's going to stay with.
Why are you trying that shot? What, like, he didn't jump on the pump fake. You go up, he's 8 feet taller than you. Just kick that out, reset. They got lucky they got the ball back there.
Yeah, it's a 3 ball up, and
got it.
Hit.
You shoot that one for a reason.
That's 4 of them from Catholic now, and it's back to 9. I admire the crowd's tenacity. I mean, especially when they got that big, staying in this.
Yep.
As Perkins over to Gorham, back to Perkins. As he goes against the zone, and it's lobbed to Taylor in the corner, and that's going to be a backcourt violation.
Unforced errors will come back and bite you. That was an unforced error, and Logan Miller is letting him know.
Yeah, 9-point lead for Highland right now. Their biggest came at 16-2.
Huge 2-minute stretch right here as we come down the wire in this one.
Yes, and you know if you're Highland, you want to try to accelerate that lead to double digits. Of course, if you're Catholic, as Anderson misses inside, you want to try to get that down a little bit more. As Mint thought about it, gives it up to Perkins. He goes in, blocked by Anderson.
He should have swung that one more time. He did a great job attacking the closeout, just forced a shot.
3 from Walker, good!
He is feeling it. Ashton Walker can score it with anybody, and Catholic's within 2 possessions. The crowd's loving it.
10 points now for the Radford Cremez. Now that's going to be Gorham over to Perkins. They feed it to Rivera, to the corner to Taylor. His 3 missed. Rebound by Walker. Catholic pushing tempo. Walker coast to coast. He lays it up and in. It's back to 4.
Walker has resuscitated this Catholic team since he's come back into the game. Highland's got to get Nate Ament the basketball in a place where he's comfortable.
Yeah, it's deflected and taken away by Walker. Wow. As he goes inside, Walker. That was close. It's going to be a block. So Walker should be all right.
That's 2 on Rivera now. He tried to do the same thing he did earlier to get Walker his second. It did not pay off on this occasion.
Yeah, Rivera definitely one not afraid to take the chances, but this time he picks us. So Rivera, the foul situation right now as Walker hits the first. Catholic 2 of 3 from the free throw line, and it's number 0 Anderson, number 1 Walker, number 5 Bullock for Catholic with 2, and Rivera number 11 for Highland with 2. Although he's staying in. Hamilton checking in number 1 for Highland, and Miles, if Walker makes this, what was he don't, but what was once a 14-point lead is now a 3-point lead.
They have done a great job just chipping away. This is a big possession or 2 right here at the end of this half.
As Jamal Smith is in, number 3 for Highland. It's thrown to Taylor. They go inside. They feed him in underneath, and he puts it up and in.
He lost it on the way up, was trying to dunk it, but ended up going in for him anyway.
Yeah, it looks like it slid out of his hand as he now has 14.
It's actually a 5-point game. I guess they added one correction from the book.
As Anderson drives, kicks it out. The 3 off, and Ament with a big rebound.
Might have gotten away with a foul on that shot right there, too.
Yeah, Highland could hold it for the last shot. That's what they'll do. Rivera directing traffic.
Look for Rivera to attack.
Screen from Ament. And Rivera for the 3. And off. And it goes back to Catholic, and that'll do it for the first half. So at halftime, here at the Neptune Tip-Off Classic, it's 28-23 as Highland leads Catholic here at halftime. We're going to take a break and come back. You're watching the Hoop State Network.
Mr. Pop.
They weren't joking when they said the atmosphere was second to none.
It's different. It's different. It is crazy here, man.
Again, we've played all over the country in my 19 years, and I've never seen anything like it.
Gets it back, takes a three here. It is up. And one, a 4-point play.
I think that the support that the basketball community has, I mean, I guess they call it Hoop State for a reason.
I'm from the Hoop State. North Carolina has so much history in basketball.
Hoop State, I need it!
And we're back, and I want to give a shout out to our crew first off. Hugo Corciani,
one of the best. You're good, you're good. The Italians, man, we'll mix you up.
Webb Wellman, Randy Michael, Hagan Collins, and Andrew Kana. That's another one I just learned just met with us. But big thank you to him as well as that's as.
Yeah, despite what some people say about Andrew, he's a pretty good guy.
As now it's Highland basketball. We're having a blast here to start the second half, as it's going to be Rivera, Perkins, Ament, Hamilton, and Gorham on the court. For Catholic, it's going to be Walker. Oh, nearly got the ball, gambled on it. Bullock, Harris. It's going to be Williams and Anderson on the court. As that's Ament from the corner, he goes up, tough shot, missed, but again, Hamilton making the plays as it's thrown to the corner. Miss Hamilton again, goes up, but misses.
Just missing gimmies, missing ones they should have.
As Walker throws it over to Anderson. As Harris comes up to set the screen. He's looking, drives inside, goes up and misses, rebound by Harris. He's going to post up Ament, go up, and a traveling call.
They should have called it on the first one. The second one wasn't, but the art of the makeup call. I could do a documentary, Tyler. I really could. If I went through just the games on our network over the last few years and just the obvious makeup calls, that you just know when one's coming. And that one, they got instant basketball justice.
As Perkins has it, as now it's still same score at half. Feels like pace slowing down a little bit here as Ament has it in the corner. He's going to drive and stuff it. Good night, Ament.
You cannot give him any space. My goodness, Nate Ament with a statement to start the second half.
Give him an inch and he'll take a mile, and he sure did on that play. He heads up to 16 now as Walker, and it's turned over. Second Catholic turnover this half. Rivera, and he's going to go under, give it back up top as they go to Perkins. He attacks, floater, up and in.
That was unbelievable patience by Mr. Rivera, going through, not forcing it. Could have had a pass to Ament, but didn't feel comfortable making it. And then they reset, and Perkins gets an easy look.
As Walker gives it to Anderson. 9-point lead now, thrown inside. Walker, blocked by Hamilton.
Great job by Rivera to provide the initial resistance to give Hamilton time to get back and block the shot.
As Rivera goes inside, he feeds it out. Driven inside by Gorham. Ament for it is 3, and it's off. Rebound goes to Bullock.
That's as good of a look as you can get for Ament, just couldn't get it to fall.
Now Anderson sets up the offense. Catholic with 2 turnovers so far this half. They had 4 in the first. As it's given over to Bullock. And back to Walker. Fakes the 3, drives inside, spins, gives it out. Anderson drives, and he's going to take the mid-ranger and miss. Rebound by Gorham. Perkins, I'm sorry. He's going to push tempo. 5:20 to go here in the third. Ament back over to Hamilton. And back to Ament. He's going to try it again from there, and this time he'll connect. He has 2 field goals this half, 19 total on the game, Miles.
The defensive discipline in this half early from Catholic has not been nearly as strong as what we saw in the first half. Really, the reason they were down is they couldn't score. Defensively, I thought they did a pretty good job. Now, we've seen Nate Ament get a poster dunk and 2 wide open threes in which he's hit one of them. And it's led the score ballooning back to double figures, Tyler.
Yeah, it's a 7-0 run to start the second half, and it just feels like Highland is playing. I just feel a sense Highland is playing much stronger on the interior like this half. I mean, just a couple big blocks, and right now Catholic, even with Walker on the court, just looking out of rhythm right now, as it's going to be, let's see, coming out on the court, it's going to be Walker, Bullock, Anderson, Harris, and Williams for Catholic, and Gorham, Perkins, Ament, Rivera, and Hamilton for Highland. It's going to be Catholic basketball here as they look in to chip back into this lead. They've trailed by as much as 14. They trailed 16-2, would cut the lead to 3 at one point in the half, 26-23, and Highland would get a quick score before half, and now on a 9-0 run going back to the first half as Walker has it coming off the screen. He goes against Ament. Walker inside, and he spins, turns, kicks it out, gives it to Bullock, and thrown over to the corner as it's going to be taken inside and cut off, given back to Bullock. His 3 is good.
They needed it. That possession wasn't really going anywhere. Bullock found a way to get open and connect from deep.
As that brings it back to single digits. Ament up top. He's going to go against Walker. He spins, turns, and misses. Rebound, and Williams comes down and throws it over to Bullock. Walker against Rivera. His 3 off. Forced it a little bit there.
Looks like he kind of pushed it off his hand.
Yeah.
What a pass.
Wow. A football pass to Rivera, and he gets his second bucket of the game. That's the thing. His second bucket of the game. And, I mean, it's hard to believe that's only his second bucket, as now that's going to be Bullock. His jumper is good. He has 8.
He has been the one keeping them alive in this second half with his shot making. And we'll see if Highland can muster up a response right here.
And blocked outside. Nice defense from Dean Williams, the sophomore. It's number 10, Jonathan Lee, checking back in. And now it's inbounded to Rivera. He makes the lay-in.
Great set to get Rivera a good one. Smart, well-timed cut and an easy finish.
As Walker throws it inside. Yeah, great finish. And,
that's what he can do. The bruiser, Big Tez, letting his presence known. He's got to do a lot more of that here in the second half for Catholic to get this done.
Yeah, and he wasn't doing that in the first half, and an offensive foul on Ament.
He baited him, and he took the bait. That was a heady play by Ashton Walker to draw, I believe, number 2 on Nate Ament, so not a cause for concern yet.
As now it's going to be inbounded by number 10. That's Jonathan Lee. He throws it into Walker. We'll bring it up. Highland is led by as much as 14. Catholic cut it to 3 at one point. Bullock, he wanted that.
Yeah, they did a good job staying attached.
They're getting it to the big man. Big Tez posted up, kicks it out. 3 ball is off. Rebound by Ament. And he gets fouled.
I was going to say, they did a good job. They have Hamilton guarding Tez on the initial post, and they're shading Ament over for that help side rim protection. Tez did a great job anticipating that, kicking out to the corner for 3, just weren't able to connect.
Yeah, that was a high IQ play because they started off, Miles. It felt like Tez was a couple feet outside his comfort zone.
Yeah, and now he's getting that deep steal in that position, really like 8 to 10 feet from the basket, which is where he does his best work.
As now Taylor, Shivas Taylor, who's in, he gives it back to Smith, number 3. Ament is going to post up Walker. It's deflected. Ament looking, and he gets it to Taylor and over to Rivera.
Good defense on the start of this possession from Catholic.
As Rivera attacks, he takes the jumper off balance and hits it.
That was tough from Rivera. He just picks his spots on the offensive end and a full-time pest defensively. Any production from him in the points category is definitely a bonus, probably averaging around 8 or so, and he's looking to improve on that average tonight.
Yeah, he has 6 right now in the second half as Tez underneath, and they call a foul. If that's on Ament,
that's 3.
That is. I thought so.
I don't think that is on Nate Ament, to be honest with you. It is not, I believe. Oh, it is.
Oh, wow.
Second team foul. Martez Harris.
I'm surprised the crowd didn't explode when he said that. I was waiting for the crowd to explode when they called Nate Ament's 3rd foul. As Harris misses the first, but he's going to have one more coming. Catholic 2 for 5 from the free throw line right now.
I think you leave Ament in. Do what you can to get this lead to 15 or so going into the 4th, and then give him a quick breather to start the 4th.
Yeah, I think that's a time to, and of course that's what Coach Miller's so good at, having such confidence and trust in his players. As Tez makes a second, and it's back to 10. And sure enough, Ament right now staying in.
You got to get a count.
By Rivera. Smith now up top. And he'll bring it out. The 2 number 3s go at it. It's lobbed to Rivera. He has it in the corner. He's going to give it to Hamilton in the post. He kicks it out. 3 ball by Taylor. And off. He's a little bit off balance. Walker now with a rebound. And he's pushing tempo coast to coast. And I think that's going to be a goaltend.
He just dropped the guy with an over-the-top step. That was impressive from Mr. Walker. An obvious goaltend. And now it's an 8-point game as Ament has 3 fouls at 1:49 left. Highland on the wrong end of a little mini run here. We'll see how they respond to it.
Yeah, Walker just such that explosion down court just so incredible, and he's so shifty and able to cause a lot of disruption. As now it's thrown to the corner. Smith open for 3, and it's off. Rebound goes to Walker.
It was a really good look. It was a really good look.
As it's taken in, jumper up and off. As it goes to Rivera. Baseball pass to Ament. He goes inside against Walker and puts it in.
There's levels to this, folks. There's levels to this.
21 for Ament. 3 field goals in the first half, 3 in the second, and 7 from the line. As now that's Williams taking it in. He gets it out to Lee. And back up. Walker fakes it.
Big matchup could exploit, or Walker could exploit the matchup. Missed the shot, though.
As Harris gets the rebound, and he'll get fouled.
Harris is doing what he does, working, using that strength on the low block, crashing the glass. And now he's getting rewarded. He's got to connect at the line, though. Looks like Ashton Walker is tired over there. Hands on his knees. I know he's talking to his coach, but he's had a heavy workload at both ends between guarding Ament and trying to provide all the offense for Catholic.
As Harris hits the first one. And he's going to get one more coming up, the big guy. As he has, he has 4 points in the second half. Misses the second one. Catholic 4 for 8 from the free throw line. Under a minute to go here in the third. It's a single-digit game. Hamilton inside. He's going to go up and get fouled. That's going to be Jonathan Lee's 3rd foul.
Josh Hamilton, 2 shots.
And that's going to be 2 shots coming up for Hamilton.
Highland would love to get both of these.
Hamilton, who
I guess he had a birthday.
Yeah.
Maybe not. They were just messing with him, but regardless, he made the free throw.
Yeah, that threw me off a little. That's a good way to do it by Hamilton. Great concentration on that.
Yeah, he's locked in.
Yeah. And Hamilton, it's hard to believe, Miles, that's his first point in this one. Like the impact, you think about the impact he's had on the game.
Yeah, he's done a good job. Not a super skilled offensive guy, but the activity, the size, and the athleticism have translated, and he's helped Highland build this 11-point lead with all of that.
Highland now 9 of 10 from the free throw line. As the whistles blow, and a foul called against Highland. It's going to be the team's 4th, and that's going to go against Smith, his first. Looks like they're going to say he was grabbing the jersey.
It's a pretty inconsequential foul.
So Catholic likely to hold for the last shot here. We'll see.
I'll say draw up a quick hitter.
And, pass thrown and caught by Logan Miller, and that is going to give it back to Highland. Here with under 25 seconds, so now Highland will have a chance to hold it out for the last shot, Miles.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. See what they can do.
As Rivera will be guarded, looks like they're going to switch up on him as they're going to stretch out. Rivera throws it over to Taylor, and Rivera to Smith. They go to Hamilton inside to Mint on the block, and he's fouled by Anderson. 4.2 seconds to go. Still one foul to give for Catholic as number 0, Gorham, comes in for Hamilton, probably for the shooting.
Yep.
As Gorham will inbound. Sometimes the guy inbounding is the most dangerous, too.
I was going to say, too, they drew up such a great set last time to get Rivera a good look. We'll see what they do here. They're going to pitch it all the way out. And
Taylor gets it, and it's deflected. Taylor hangs on to it. Can he get it? Oh! Off the backboard. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's 45-34, Highland in the lead over Catholic. You're watching the Neptune Tip-Off Classic here on the Hoop State Network. And we're back. 45-34 going into the fourth quarter. Highland in the lead. They were able to expand on a 5-point halftime edge. And right now, as coming out onto the court for Highland, it's going to be Taylor, Gorham, Smith, Rivera, and Ament. For Catholic, it's going to be Millette. It's going to be Anderson, Walker, Harris, and Williams. As we start the fourth quarter, Williams up top. And he's going to pitch it to the corner to good catch by Walker. Crazy, wild shot, miss, and it's going into the hands of Rivera. 5-on-4 the other way. Gorham lobs it over. Ament drives inside, kicks it to the corner. Smith's 3 is off. Rebound goes to Williams. As now Anderson goes in. He's going to feed it underneath. Nice score.
They look good.
Yeah, that's going to be.
The rotations were crisp defensively. They generated a good look right there.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big stretch here as we get to crunch time for both of these teams. Oh, what a
Mint. He's going in, stuffs it. Nate Ament with the dunk.
Unbelievable footwork and body control from Nate Ament. The quick show to the middle, the spin back baseline, the gather, and the finish. That is a lottery pick, folks, you're watching right here live.
Gosh, that was just, you could feel him going one way, and then how quick he spun as Harris goes in and lays it up.
He got away with a little hook there, but that's all right. Harris doing exactly what he needs to do with the strength advantage over Ament.
As it's thrown back a Mint with 23, going for 26, misses. And that's going to be Gorham coming down with it. Thrown to Rivera on the run, and he lays it in. Rivera now with 11.
That is opportunistic basketball from Highland. Long rebound, hustle, make a play, cut to the basket, and get rewarded, Mr. Rivera.
As Williams over to Walker. He's guarded by Rivera. As screen set, Walker thought about the three. He's going to take it inside against Taylor. Fakes, goes up, blocked by Mint.
You thought it was sweet, huh? Had a great up and under move by Walker, but did not realize Ament was just there waiting for him. I know Apple Pick seems a little over, but he just grabbed one.
Yeah, Mint just such incredible length on the ends. I mean, you look at that wingspan that he has, and I mean, it's just incredible how he.
It's Tyler. It's the combination of rim protection and shot making that you just don't see all that often.
He has a nice shot from Dean Williams for his fifth, and it leads back to 9. As Rivera attacks, kicks it out to Mint. He'll drive Mint into the lane, puts it up and off. Buddy's going to go to the line for 2.
When Nate spins into you and kind of leans, it looks like he's off balance. He is not. He found a way to go through the defender, got a shot that he would normally make, but he's going to go to the line for 2 where he's been quite efficient so far. We'll see if he can maintain that. And he is just a lot for a team to handle. And you see it in boxing or fighting where a fighter gets stronger as the fight goes on. Nate Ament is one of those guys where it takes him a little bit to get into a flow of a game, but once he does, it gets spooky fast.
Yes, as Ament has right now, let's see, he is 9 for 10 from the free throw line.
Take that every time.
As Highland as a team, 11 for 12. Ament now with 25. As that's taken by Walker and off. Rebounded off of Anderson. No, it's going to stay with Catholic.
Yeah, he reached at the ball when his foot was on the baseline.
Oh, no, that's a foul, actually. That's going to be on Gorham. That's going to be his second. The team's first, each team with 1 foul right now here in the fourth quarter. As it's going to be inbounded, and they feed it into Walker and over to Williams up top. He's going to attack against Ament. Put it up, blocked. Rebound Perkins, thrown to Gorham. Rivera running, and he goes up and misses. But
that's a tech. That's a tech. That's a tech. Oh, I thought it was a tech. I thought it was a tech. Ooh, that was close. That could have been a big moment.
Yeah, and that's going to be Perkins, or that's going to be Hamilton's third foul. Here with just as we're approaching the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Harris trying a little high-low is now they go back up. Walker, they try to hit Walker on the post there. As Walker now against Rivera, he gives it up to Anderson, and he brings it back over to Williams. And Harris inside. Tries to bull his way, doubled, and thrown off the rim. I think he's trying
I think he got tipped on the way, too.
Oh, okay. That might have been it. Is Highland. I think this is Highland's first turnover.
That's an offensive foul.
Yeah,
he caught a forearm to the orbital bone when trying to guard. That's usually not good.
That's going to be Anderson's fourth, and that's and the typical mistake of a freshman, the stiff arm move, as sometimes done, is now a timeout call. We'll keep it here, but so right now that was just a shot. I mean, I didn't realize till I recorded that was Highland's first turnover of the second half. So some good ball played from Highland as if you're just tuning into this, it was 16-2 Highland. Catholic would score the first bucket. Ashton Walker would pick up 2 quick fouls, and Highland would go on a 16-0 run. But Catholic would they would gamble a little bit putting Walker back in. They would hope he wouldn't pick up his third, and it paid off as Catholic would go on a 21-10 run to cut the lead back to 3. And before a quick bucket would extend it to 28-23 at halftime, Highland would start on a 7-0 run to build the lead to 35-23 at halftime, and we've been seesawing back and forth ever since. And right now, Miles, looking at Nate's numbers, he has 16-25. So I mean, 9 of those coming from the line as well.
Yeah, he has been doing it from every level. 2 dunks in traffic, obviously getting to the line. The free throw line should invoice him for a rent check with the amount of time he spent there tonight. And he's hitting the mid-range. He's shot a couple threes. He's made them. He's doing a little bit of everything. Clock never started.
You're going to get that reset. And for Calvin Catholic side, Walker had, let's see, he had 12-13 at half. He's had 1 bucket in the second half. And Williams, Harris, Millette, and Bullock have combined for 15 of Catholic's points in the second half. So a little bit different from the first, where they're getting more contributions from some of the other players. I think in part, Harris being more comfortable under the bucket in the second half, as that's going to be coming in now. That's going to be number 10, Jonathan Lee. And Anderson will go out momentarily as it's thrown into Perkins and to Rivera. Bring it up as they try to hit Perkins. Rivera attacks, brings it back, goes around. Nice feed underneath and taken away. Thought he had him for a second, as now Williams on the run. He's going to go into the lane, put it up, and miss it, but a foul. That's going to be the 3rd team foul against Highland.
I think we'll see if he gets a second win, but I think, unfortunately for Catholic, what's going to prevent them from coming out is that Ashton Walker's just run out of gas a little bit early in the year. He obviously didn't play a ton in the first quarter with the foul trouble, but had to do so much over quarter number 2 and quarter number 3 to keep them in the game. And it doesn't look like he has a ton left to give. He can obviously find something within himself to see what he can do, but without some real production from him late, it is going to be extremely difficult. With that said, he is still making Nate Ament work for everything on the other end, which is a tall task considering he's, 5 to 6 inches taller than the man guarding him. But look at this from Ament.
And goes off, but he's going back to where he likes to go, the charity stripe, as he gets 9 for 10 from there. Ament's so slither. That's the thing, and that makes it harder. It makes him actually an easier player to foul, just because of how slithery he is getting in there.
And the fact that he can score it from so many different angles that you swipe at the basketball, and then you're getting elbow. So he's just doing his thing, and everything he's done in his career prior to this, he's just elevating, and I think that's the best part. He's never deviated from who he is. He's just amplified himself, and that's why we see Nate Ament on draft boards and signing shoe deals and doing everything that these kids dream of one day at a young age.
As Harris goes in, tries for the dunk, block, goes back up and draws the foul.
I like him trying it. You have to do something, and the relentlessness is there for him right now. It's just tough when you're giving up baskets and free throws at the other end to nick away at this deficit with only so much time left. But we'll see what they could do here with Harris at the line.
Yeah, his first one's up, and that one's good. Harris will get one more. As Harris was 6 of his 7, or 7 of his 8 right now in the second half. And he gets the second. Harris, who's hit 5 free throws, and Catholic is 8 of 12 from the free throw line for 67%. But Highland 13 of 14 as Hamilton will stuff it.
You gotta gamble late to try to get steals. Hamilton with the catch and turn and easy release, big time athlete.
Yeah, that's put up and got underneath by Harris and missed and taken down.
Hamilton and Ament create so much traffic at the rim, it's so hard to get a finish over them.
Anderson's 3 is good. And that's something to get him going. Anderson, a very nice ball player, a freshman for this team, and gets his first bucket of the game. It's a big one with 3:25 remaining.
And the freshman Anderson, like you said, first basket of the game, but has played big minutes and has been comfortable out there. So for a young kid, that's always a really good sign.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that, and And Catholic only, as Catholic they'll take a timeout. Catholic has 8 turnovers on the game. 4 in the first, 4 in the second. He's done things sometimes kind of like the last game when we mentioned we mentioned Braylon McCray, who did not score a single point, but he facilitated tempo. He played good defense. He was where he needed to be. And sometimes a player like that, just their value is, it's next level. And Nate Ament, though, what a night he's having. 20, let's see, 20, I'm going to make sure I got my numbers double checked here. 16, 20, 27 for Nate Ament. Not that that's anything out of the ordinary.
Just another day in the office for Mr. Ament.
Yeah. Ament, who had a 40-20 game in the DMV at DeMatha Catholic this summer.
Whew. You were there, right? Oh, my God. That was – I've been able to see a lot of really, really incredible performances in my 7-8 years kind of doing this, and that was one of the best.
Yeah, those are Wilt Chamberlain numbers. As now it's inbounded, and Gorham will run the point. He's guarded by the two, as it's 2 zeros going at it. Gorham and Anderson. Ament with the stuff. And he has 29.
It's ridiculous, man. He is getting stronger as this one goes on, and he's making a statement here in the 7-5-7.
2 3-pointers, several dunks. He's hit mid-range shots. He's hit free throws. He's made blocks, just about everything you could want from a basketball player. As that puts Highland back up 10, and Hamilton's like, what about me? I've made some big blocks too.
Yes, he has. And he's and you mentioned it, hasn't scored a ton. I think he's got 4, maybe 6, but he's been everywhere. One of the most valuable players in this game.
Yeah, quick release from Walker, and he got
that second win, like I mentioned, Walker had been relatively quiet, but that's a big one. We'll see if that puts some energy back in his legs as we close this one out.
His 5th point of the second half, as now Highland's lead cut to 7. As now Hamilton up top. He gives it back to Gorham and over to Ament. And Ament, it's deflected and into the hands of Hamilton. Gorham, as he's guarded by Anderson, he attacks, goes up and misses. Rebound by Anderson.
Big possession here.
Walker with the basketball over to Anderson as he'll bring it back out. Screen coming from Harris. They're going to double him and gives it back. Walker fakes the 3, steps back, gives it for the 3. It's good! Jonathan Lee with the 3. And we got a ball game.
Wow. What a revival.
That's 9 of them for Catholic now.
From Catholic. Let's give it to Ament and see what he can do.
Yeah. Big moment for Ament. He takes the jumper, and it's off. And he's going to get called for his 4th foul.
And that's free throws. That's 5.
Oh, wow.
Not 5 on Ament, 4 on Ament, and that's 5 fouls. Oh, no free throws on the over and back.
Yeah. Wow. So, if you're Catholic, do you take a chance and try to take it?
It is free throws. I was about to say.
Yeah, I was thinking it should. I was going to say, because if they have possession, do you try to take it at Ament just to see if you can get that 5th?
Yeah.
As now that's going to be 2 shots coming up for Jonathan Lee. Hit a 3 in the first half, a 3 in the second.
And a reminder for the viewers at home, no shot clock here. That's a big miss.
Yeah, Catholic now 8 of 13 from the free throw line. Right now the possession arrow, by the way, favoring Catholic, as he's going to get 1 more. Lee, his second shot could put it to the closest it's been since it was 26-23, and it does.
Huge possession here for both of these teams.
Now Rivera over to Ament. And back to Gorham. Hamilton nearly deflected out. Well, I thought Williams almost had
he bobbled it for a second there.
Yeah, Gorham throws it over, and whistle blows, and Logan Miller wants a timeout.
Good decision. You ran some time off. You're up 3. You can now take some more time and talk it over with your team to run something. Take a little more time off the clock. Good decision by Coach Miller and it's a full timeout. We'll be right back with you guys in just a moment.
It's a 3-point game. Highland leading him with the basketball. 1:19 to go. Rivera, as they put him in up top. And they get it to him. Mint guarded by Jonathan Lee. About a 7-inch difference there. Back out to Hamilton and over to Gorham. To Perkins. He's going to go around. Now he gives it to Gorham. As the 2-0s, Gorham and Anderson going at it. And Gorham will bring it out. Highland running clock. 1 foul to give for Catholic. Mint has it, and he's doubled. They get it out to Gorham. Highland taking their sweet time, and you can't blame them.
They don't need to take a shot.
Yeah.
You got to force the issue now if you're Catholic. You get the count. Now it's separated. Separated again.
This is great IQ from Highland.
Absolutely. There's no reason to get a look. There's no shot clock. So you might as well, if they're not going to pressure you, make them pay and let the clock go down. And now you're up 3 with the basketball. Bonus just hit. You're inbounding again. 34 seconds left. And you just have to either try to get a guaranteed basket here or take some more time, try to draw a foul.
As Gorham lobs it in to Perkins. Caught in the backcourt. He's guarded by Walker. Under 30 to go. Highland, as they double Perkins, they get Rivera inside to Hamilton.
Good decision. Not the strongest free throw shooter in the lineup. And they're working it around. What a job by Highland late.
Wow.
Obviously still a lot of time left and a lot of basketball left. But that was elite end of game execution. I want to say he took the timeout with a minute and change left. Now we're sitting here with 18 seconds left. Gorham going to the line. He's one of your guards. You probably feel comfortable with him at least making one of these to make it a 2-possession game, which is what you really need. And I'm sure you've already communicated with your team what you're going to do defensively, whether you're up 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah, no question. And as Gorham goes to the line, we'll see the result of what this is. But I think as Gorham misses a first.
No more one-on-one in high school, guys. Bench is freaking out. There's no more one-on-ones.
Juices are so empty.
Guys, we got to know the rules of the games we play. I know they change all the time. Big free throw right here.
That's where it gets hard going from a varsity game to a post-grad game sometimes. Switching up the rules.
And it looks like Catholic is going to ice the kicker, a.k.a. the free throw shooter.
Yeah, that was a move Phil Jackson liked to do a lot.
And if Phil Jackson liked to do it, it was probably a good move.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he actually did. One time I think of the 2001, and God bless him, Dikembe Mutombo was on the line late. And Mutombo was actually shooting 80% in the playoffs that year. And he missed the first, and he missed the second, but the Lakers would go to overtime, be up 5, try and turn it over, and then the Sixers would win, but the Lakers would win the 4 straight. But, yeah, that's you never, know that type of situation. And, now if you're Catholic, you also have to weigh your options offensively. You don't necessarily need a 3.
You don't necessarily need one. I think you try to generate one on the first action and then go from there. There's still enough time regardless. And obviously, I think whether he makes it or miss it, you try to get a 3. But we'll see.
Yeah, as Gorham, it's off! Walker, 17 seconds to go. Walker against Rivera. He goes up top. As they go back, Williams, and he's blocked by Hamilton. Hamilton with the block, and the Mint is fouled.
What a job by Hamilton getting that quick jump on the play.
Wow.
Saw it coming from half a rhythm away and just found a way to outstretch his arm to block that shot. A potential game-saving play by Mr. Hamilton.
Josh Hamilton, 4 points on the play and on the game, and about as many blocks as Nate DeMint goes to the line for 2 to ice it. And he hits it first.
That joker ain't missing 2. I'll tell you that right now. He ain't missing 2 with the game on the line.
Man, just calmly stepping up there, and he is, 12 for 13 right now from the line. One more coming up for a minute. He got it.
He did.
Highland, 15 of 17 from the free throw line. Walker, Williams, his 3 is good, but
They called a timeout with .8 left. The clock does not stop in high school basketball. You basically need a foul.
Yeah.
You need an offensive foul, essentially, or a quick steal and shot. If I'm Highland, I'm putting Nate Ament somewhere in the middle of the floor, and I'm saying we're going to Calvin Johnson this thing, and you're just going to go up and touch it.
Yeah.
And we get up out of here and try to come back tomorrow to go 2-0. Man, this is interesting. We'll see. Only .8 left, though, so
Yeah,
we'll see if they adjust it. I don't know if they will. The shot went in with about 1.4. So we'll see.
they're going to put 2 back on.
Whoa. I don't know about that one, y'all. I'm hard pressed to believe there's more than 1 second on the clock right now, in all honesty.
I expect Highland will send somebody streaking down court. It's thrown in, and Perkins is immediately fouled. 1.6 remaining. Oh, wow.
2 free throws here for Perkins would ice it, barring a total lapse in judgment from Highland fouling a shooter. And 1 you feel pretty good about it, but we'll see. Big free throws for Mr. Perkins.
Perkins makes both of these, it's over. And he hits 1. Perkins is going to get 1 more, his 8th point of the game, as Harris comes back in for Highland, or for Catholic. As now Perkins, 1 more. And this goes out. Walker down court at the buzzer. Oh, just short at the buzzer. He got it close. And that's going to do it for a great game, 60-57, as Catholic, or Highland defeats Catholic at Catholic. A big win in a hostile environment. I mean, and both teams, there's some positives for both sides. Of course, Highland, I mean, Nate Ament, enough said. Josh Hamilton, that big block, his defensive play, hustle all over the court. Rivera's 8 points in the second half for Catholic. I mean, trailing 16-2 to a team like Highland. Your best player on the bench in foul trouble, tremendous resilience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think a lot to grow for both schools, Miles.
Definitely. We'll see them both back here tomorrow, but yeah, the ability to handle resistance was there for both of these teams at different points in the game. A great early season test for both. Both have state championship aspirations. That was a great night of hoops, and we'll be back at it tomorrow.